Hi YouTube, this is Evil Joy, and we're with, what's your name?
David Martin.
And what did you do?
Top 6 at the regional with us.
Which regional?
At Maplewood.
Okay, Minnesota. Okay,
Sorry.
just so that way people know.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get into the deck profile.
Alright.
Unless you have any first comments.
Well, the day went pretty much as expected. There was a lot of weird matchups, but overall, it went pretty good. So. Alright, we'll start off the deck profile with triple blue eyes. That's standard. You play 3 because you have to. Triple alternative because you have to. Same reason as blue eyes. Double spirit.
Why 2? I see a lot of people.
2 is the reason. It's pretty simple. You see people playing 1, and the issue is that you hit it with Dragon Shrine first turn or second turn, and then you can't ditch the second one. So it leaves you with an empty stone and grave, and nothing to really resolve it off of, except for maybe a blue eyes. Okay. And it's good to banish face down with it. So it's good. Okay, triple stone. Yep. Stone is good for pretty much anything and everything. Drop at the grave with Twin Twister or really anything else, and you'll get its effect off during the end phase. Search a blue eyes, summon it, whether it be a spirit that I just said or a regular blue eyes. And also its second effect is it allows you to banish it to send the blue eyes from your grave back to your hand, which is good for alternative. So it's really good in that kind of combo. Triple Sage.
Stratos
for days. It's good for searching out not only your stones, but effect veilers and master as well, who I'll get to in a minute. It's a really powerful card that not only lets you searches, but lets you tributes to monsters on field by discarding him and sends them to grave and lets you summon a blue eyes from your deck. So it's a really good way to get a big monster on the field really easy.
Why people have to yell?
1 stone, because 1 is really all you need. If you search 1, it's pretty much all you'll ever need, unless you discard it, but then you can recover it with the other stone. Okay. So just 1. Double master. You see a lot of people that don't play this, and I don't really understand why not. Because it's probably the best monster of the deck other than alternative for just his sheer destruction ability and attack. It lets you summon it and search and bring back a level 1 light tuner from your grave. That doesn't count just the stones, that's effect veiler too. So you can effect veiler their turn and then bring it back to your hand and do it again the next turn with him. And not only that, but also while he's in grave, you can send him back to the deck and send an effect monster you control to the grave and summon a blue eyes from grave. So just like with Sage, you can summon a blue eyes pretty much any way you want to. So, and it's a level 1 light tuner, so it's good. Okay, and then here's the standard double veiler. I see people playing 3, 2, 1. I prefer 2 just because I don't really need to negate too much game 1, and game 2 can be less or more depending on the situation. Double Maxi. It's just good to draw, and plus since you can only have 2 now, like why not play it? It's just kind of a staple in pretty much every deck right now. Alright, and now triple melody. You play 3 because you have to play 3. You could play more, but then you're running into the issue of not being able to see it when you need it. First turn, it's really important to get your combo pieces out pretty quick, or turn 2. So this helps to push that agenda further on. So 3, in my opinion, is mandatory. Triple for turn. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the monster born of the deck for any level 7 or 8 dragon. And then the protection clause is pretty important for Regeki or for really anything else. So it's a pretty standard card and pretty much a requirement as well. Alright, double Dragon Shrine. I've seen people play 3, and I don't really get it. You only ever use it once for the most part. Once you hit it with Spirit and Stone of the Ancients, you don't need to play it again, because the whole purpose of this card is to get those 2 engraved. And once they're engraved, then your combo can start with something on the field. So, in my opinion, the only purpose for this card is just to get Spirit and Stone on the field, or engraved. Alright, double consonants, draw power for days. It's important to ditch your ancients into the grave as quick as possible to get their effects at the end phase.
Also white stone to get another blue eyes.
Correct. You can recur the stones with Master, which lets you continue to use these if you draw into it. So it's really nice, and I may even bump it up to 3 here shortly. But 2 for the moment is nice. Alright, triple trade-in. Because trade-in is just that good of a card, you have 3 blue eyes, 3 alternatives, and 2 spirits, and you can bring them back to hand with numerous effects.
And they're good in the graveyard too.
Right. So it's really important to have these for that draw power, to mill them in grave, and to recur them with Return of the Dragon Lords. So it's important. Okay, another standard double twin twister. It's pretty much standard. I don't know what much you can say about this that hasn't already been said. Discard 1, pop 2 cards. Usually with me, I tend to discard stones or blue eyes, specifically for the reason of reviving them or using their effects in the end phase. So, pretty standard. Soul Charge, nothing really to explain. It's Soul Charge, bring back monsters.
Skill charge.
Skill for days. Bring back a bunch of monsters. I really only ever use this to make Crystal Wing. I'll pull back Blue Eyes and 2 tuners.
Move it back into the light.
Move it back into the light. Stay away from the darkness. It's just really good to get out a lot of pieces that can turn into really big synchros. So, it's good. Traps, triple Wing Blast. I don't know where I would have been today without this. Every single time I was in a tough spot, this saved me. I played, Herald or Cyber Angel deck. And he would have won if I didn't Wind Blast his Perfection during the end phase when he had no cards in hand. Just so many times this card has saved me today, so I really have no problem running it at 3. Pretty much that. And the last card, Emptiness. Emptiness in Blue Eyes is one of those weird things that it really puts in work against, like, for example, in a mirror match. You whip it out and then it just sits there, and then they can't do a squat about it. Unless they draw a Twin Twister, then they've lost. There's just no way around that.
And Phoenix Wing.
And Phoenix Wing, yeah. Alright, on to the extra deck. Yep. Triple Spirit.
Why 3?
I play 3 because I tend to synchro a lot. And I hate running into a situation where I've already burned through 2 in like early game and I need an extra one. So I don't ever want to have a point where I don't have my target card. So me personally, I just prefer 3. I bought 3 anyway, so I might as well run 3. Alright, Crystal Wing. What can I say about this guy? He's a walking.
How many times did you make it today?
I made it a total of 9 times today.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy how often I actually got off, and that's not even with Soul Charge. That's just normally just having Spirit on the field and then using this effect to bring out something and then synchroning with it. He saved me a lot, a couple of mirror matches, and then even against side frames in my last matchup for the day. It did a lot to really put in work. So I love this guy.
Let's hear about the they're kicking us out.
Make this quick. Double Azure, pretty standard. Summon it on your opponent's end phase and get its effect, and then semi phase, draw more, summon back the blue eyes from grave. Standard. Michael Arclight, bring it back. You summon this with Spirit and pop a card usually on your turn, and then you'll summon another tuner and make Crystal Wing. Moonlight is the exact same thing as Michael, but during your opponent's turn. Pretty standard.
I don't really have too many reasons.
This is a weird one, Cloud Castle. I'm probably going to take this out. I was planning to do something really cool with this, with Spirit, but it didn't really pan out. So this really didn't do much. So probably something to just disregard. All right, Hope Harbinger. Really important for the Blue Eyes matchup to stop them from playing their returns, from playing their Dragon Shrines and such. That's really the only time I ever use it is against that, and it's really the only time I find that it's really useful. So there's that. Phantom Fortress. This was the whole reason for running Cloud Castle, and it never worked. I never got enough once. So again, I'll probably just take it out. So nothing to really think about. The whole set. You play one to get to the other, to get to the other. Depending on the situation, you may just want to pop cards and then swing in. You play him. If you want to fill your graveyard up early, you play him. Pretty standard.
Yep.
And then the last one, Dante. I play Dante just for the sheer fact of running into PK Fire so I can hit it with Ghost Reaper. No other reason.
You played PK Fire today?
I did not, unfortunately, but, you know, an off chance that I would have, I was ready. All right, to the side deck. Triple Imperial Iron Wall. Now, I heard people saying that playing Iron Wall in a Blue Eyes deck is stupid, and I agree partially. But me personally, I just really hate side frames. So whenever I see a side frame, you know, within 100 miles, I immediately just put this card on my side deck and I just leave it there. And also it helps because I don't want to deal with Barbar for PK Fire, so this prevents him from really trying to do his shenanigans. And also for side frames, yeah. Also. All right, more side frame hate. Mind Drain. Like I said,
you just don't like side frames.
I really don't like side frames. But no, this card is more for the PK Mirror matchup. Not the PK Fire match. I don't want to deal with any craziness with them, so it's option for me activating.
Okay. Hurry up, I think they're kicking us out.
No, what was another one? 5 minutes.
Royal Decree.
Well, actually, I'll say 8, but okay.
Royal Decree stops traps, helps with the mirror match, sort of. And then with, especially against side frames, it really stops the overload from going off. So again, there's that.
You just don't like side frames. Okay, you got it.
Okay, one effect waiver.
How does this hurt side frames?
It does not hurt side frames at all, but this is just there so I have the third if I need to go into it for anything that's really effect heavy. So like say a Blue Eyes match, I'll side it in. So it's just that. The extra Twin Twister 2, just in case I run into back row hate. I played Cleaforts, and I ended up cutting in this third one, and ended up hitting all three first hand. And it ended up killing him because I hit both of his scales twice and in his back row, and then he pretty much just lost after that. Okay, and the best card.
Fear the Reaper.
The Reaper. This chick saved me in a mirror match. I think it was round 3. I played a mirror match, and then first turn he ended up giving me 2 of these in my opening hand, and I hit a Spirit in his Asia, and he just sat on it and had no idea what to do. He couldn't synchro, he couldn't exceed, he just had no real clue what to do. So obviously simple in this deck, and this is for the PK Fire with the Dante, so important. And the last 2, Anti-Spell Fragrance. It really helped in the mirror match. It helped against side frames so they can't play stuff, and then also for pendulums. The Clifford matchup was also easier because of this. He couldn't really set much, so it really helps to stop any pendulum or any spell heavy deck that's around. So that's pretty standard.
Sweet. Well, thank you.
All right, no problem.